For those that don't know me, I'm an environmental consultant and I've worked in the environmental industry for over 18 years now. But I have one other passion, which is all about travelling. So my remote year talk today is going to be about sustainable travel. What I'm going to focus in on is the problems about plastics. Plastics are found the world over now, and I've got some real shocking statistics here. For starters, every year this world produces 300 million tonnes of plastic. That is equivalent to just under the weight of the human population. So we are producing the same mass of plastic year on year. So I want to have a little think about the impact of that on remote year. One of the things is all about our water bottles. And if we buy a water bottle each, every day, for the whole year, that's 25,000 bottles that are going to go and be disposed of at the end of the year. But what do we really mean by sustainability? Most people will believe it's about climate change and reducing the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere. But really, that's only half the story. There's two other factors that we have to bring into play here. First one is our effect on the communities. What does the community want? So if we put a lot of smog into the atmosphere, then there's activities that we can't do. There's human health effects from that. And the other thing is the economics. We can't do all of any of this if the economics don't stack up. So really, sustainability is all about the balance between environmental, social, and economical factors. So, should we travel? I'm often asked as an environmental consultant, really, should I travel? I think we should. By going on an aeroplane, we're putting huge amounts of CO2 into the atmosphere. We're affecting climate change. But I always sort of think there's a lot of positives out of this as well. By travelling, we put a lot back into that local community, primarily through money. There's a lot of communities out there that need additional money, and we bring that. They are very much dependent on us. Even buying fruit from a market stall puts money directly into the hands of the local population. The other huge benefit is the protection of wildlife, of our pristine environments around the globe. What we're finding now is that by tourists going to these different countries and visiting these different places, it's putting a real value, a monetary value on these environments, and now the local populations are really starting to protect them. I really believe that travelling is a positive thing, but we do have this little problem with waste. Now, this is a picture that I took earlier this year. It was in Cuba. It's right up in the mountains. It is tourist waste. It's the plastic bottles that they were using, and it's just getting buried in the ground. And that is a real problem in terms of sustainability. It means that the local community is having to pay for our problem, our waste. It's not like putting it into a landfill back in the UK or in Europe or the US, where it's dealt with responsibly. The local population have to pay for that, and it's expensive. The other issue is that we pass that problem on to the next generation. Landfilling is not our problem to solve. We don't solve it. The next generation do. They see the impacts of it. So I really like to promote the concept of reduce, reuse, recycle. This is something that came out of Europe from the waste industry, all about trying to divert this waste away from landfill. Essentially, what it's trying to say is reduce down what you get in the first place, where you can reuse it, and then as a last resort, recycle it. So what's the solution? Well, there's several different solutions out there, but the one that I would really like to try and promote are these. This is new filter technology. It's moved on considerably over the last few years. And it means that you can take water from any water supply, except for the sea, no salt water, but any tap water, river water, and these filters, as you drink them, will filter out anything that's harmful. And I've been using the water to go one now for a few years, and no bad side effects, so I can vouch for it. The other things that we can do is really thinking about the recycling side of things as well. Recycling here may be quite easy. As we get further afield over into Asia, recycling does still happen. It is just a little bit more hidden. What you can often find is that it's the poorest people of society who are then sifting through our waste that is produced to get the plastic out to actually earn a meagre living. what could we do as part of Remote Year if we could actually collect our plastic that we do produce and put it straight into the hands of these people that could then make a few pennies or cent from it. So my message today to everybody is a little bit of a challenge. We can all make a difference. Can we make Remote Year more sustainable? And the real challenge, can every single one of us try and reduce down what we produce? Thank you.